This is work. This is what all the work's about right here, right?
I have to live with this.
Live with what?
Cameras all around me.
The idea of Magic Media came about through a very hard life lesson on...
I'd say for me, it all started one night when the phone rang, and it was BJ on the other end. He sounded like he'd been crying for hours. I went by, picked him up. This was right after he lost the mayor race. I picked him up in the car, fed him a hot meal, gave him some clothes. So anyways, I said, well, I've got this idea, something that I want to try out, but maybe I'll let you give it a whirl instead. I said, well, here, let me do a logo, set the website up for you, basically do all the work, and then you can start taking credit for it in a month or two. He's got a knack for surrounding himself with really talented and smart individuals who can pretty much do everything for him. We afford him the ability to drive his fancy cars, take his 3-hour lunches, his little nap on the couch that he takes at 3 o'clock every day, if he's here.
Queen Street United Methodist Church does their signature Christmas event every year. It's called a Queen Street Christmas. There will be a full orchestra and a choir here, and it's about an hour-long production, about a dozen pieces. They'll perform that night over, actually it's two shows, but the church has asked Magic Media to come in and help record it and then publish it as a live feed the next day, so they can share this ministry with the world. And it's actually a lot of fun for me because this is the one Christmas event I get excited about every year and a half for about a decade now. So the fact that we've got anything to do with it is just that much more special. So brought this guy in to help solve all the, hey, I got an idea.
Solve the world's, or at least BJ's problems. I haven't solved the problem yet, but we're working on it, right?
Travis tends to create the problems, and this says, hey, I want you to buy a piece of the technology to solve it.
I solve and buy the technology just as much.
What is the group that we're about to speak to?
So that group is our advanced manufacturing club. So when we moved out here, we decided to get all of our kids incorporated together. They intermingle in classes, but not really get the camaraderie. So we created that club last year to try to get them to come together. Most of the time we try to feed them once a month. They have t-shirts, that way they all learn everything
right.
with each other. But we really just want them to get experience from outside, not just inside these doors. We've had some speakers come in from industry, economic development, and you today.
So I'm just going to chat a little bit today, and I'll talk to y'all as well, because, I mean, be quite honest, what y'all do in your education is very little to do what I've done in my career, but I think there are some synergies and some things that we can maybe kind of chat. Maybe I can challenge you a little bit. If people like, know, and trust you, then they will buy from you. They will hire you, right? You could do business with them. And I think if I can try to stress anything to you is don't be afraid to take a video or to create a blog about it or create a podcast where you interview classmates or your instructors, or you get involved in some industry association, and to think how involved and embedded LCC is into our industry here is absolutely mind-blowing. And to get a chance to speak to students who are actively making these things that you probably just saw is really neat, and hopefully even to challenge them to expand their skill set into marketing. I mean, I love my job. It's kind of cool.